Hi everyone, we are Tech. We want to tell you we have a new product called the magnetic locking N.P.A.S. And I want to tell you the big difference between the original N.P.A.S. That is, it's more stable, and I'll tell you why. In the first beginning, I'll use this GBB to demonstrate. The GBB is called the Gas Blowback Airsoft Rifle. It was powered by propane and shoots 6mm BB bullet. We remove the upper receiver and lower receiver and cut the bolt carrier inside the nozzle. You can see the N.P.A.S. inside this nozzle, and there are actually three parts inside the nozzle: the cylinder, the disc, and the spring. When you fire the BB bullet, the gas will coming out from the magazine, and it will use to prepare the BB bullet. And meanwhile, it will push the whole cylinder moving forward until the cylinder stops the way, so the gas can't moving forward anymore. Instead, they will turn into the other direction and push the whole bolt carrier to the rear. Then the bolt carrier will engage with the disconnector inside the lower receiver, so the gas will be stopped. And then they will cock the weapon, the hammer again, and coming back and ready to fire the next round. The N.P.A.S. were able to change the length, so they can stop the propane earlier, so the FPS will drop. But after many years later, and some customers reply their information, we find out that actually the cylinder will change the location when they fire a lot of rounds. So the FPS will change. We want to solve this problem, so we think a lot, or we use a lot of a way to find out the reason. So the result is we want to solve the problem. We got to change the design inside this nozzle, and also use the different way to use the nozzle head. Which also means if we can make sure the whole internal parts are always in the same location, the FPS will be the same. And as for the front end nozzle, if we can restrict or limit it, the FPS will also be more stable. And now I'll tell you how did the architect did it. We redesigned the whole nozzle and also the rear part. And there are screws on this rear part, so we exchange the disc setting inside the original N.P.A.S, but we use the octagonal column. This column will attach and tighten on the rear part, but is still able to rotate. The only thing you can change the position is rotate it. And then we remove the cylinder and insert the disc. This spring will push the whole disc. Make sure the whole disc will always attach on this column. When you rotate the disc, it will rotate the column too, so we're still able to change the FPS. And now we also put a magnet inside. The magnet will actually flip up and attach with this column, so it will stop the column rotate when you fire it. But there's actually a small space right here, so when you still use the insert and tool to rotate the column, the magnet will still able to drop, so you still can able to change the FPS. That's why we call it magnetic locking. Okay, now let's talk about the nozzle head. We redesigned the nozzle head, so actually they can separate and removed from the nozzle, and there are three different sizes: the red one, the blue one, and the green one. And once you choose the red one, this will able to restrict the FPS from the 0 to 475 FPS or the 0 to 145 ms. These tests are based on the inner barrel length about 370mm, 0.2 ppm green gas. And also you can choose the blue one. This blue one will able to turn down the FPS even more, a little bit. And this will down to about 410 FPS, which means about 0 to 125 ms. And the last one is the green one. They will turn down the FPS to the 312, also means the 95 ms. And due to the center hole size are different, so I want to make sure to tell you only the red one are able to allow the adjustable tool insert and change the FPS setting. So if you want to change the FPS, you need to insert the red one or remove the top head first. And once you insert the adjustable tools, you can rotate it counterclockwise, and that will rotate the whole columns. Once the columns start to rotate, it will turn down the FPS. And according to our test experience, the best setting to make sure the FPS will be stable is make sure the disk will stay behind the center line. So you have two ways to make sure your FPS always stable. The first one is rotate the N.P.A.S system. The second one is choose the right nozzle head. And that's our new product, magnetic locking N.P.A.S system. If you like this product, please order from the Airsoft Taiwan online shop. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.